Good morning, Ms. Rekha. I'm Harish from Group 7. These are my teammates for today: Nur Wahida, Suja Sanguri, Vishnu Priya, Anil Zarifa, Nur Shamimi Amani, and last but not the least, Roshan. Today we are going to present question 1, the answers to our question, and question 2, the summary of Article 3. Our first presenter would be Suja.
Hi, my name is Jasangri and I will be presenting about the objective of the study related to management accounting. One of the main important objectives in management accounting is in exploring the perception that management accountants have their own role in achieving development by reporting in their own organizations. Second of all is that the role of accountants may depend on their responsibilities based on their ranging from being involved in environmental audit to the Internet Audit Program to appraise about investment proposals to the environment, the analysis of waste and energy provision of information to support environmental management. What does cost reduction mean by this is the process of decreasing a company's expenses to maximize profits.
Secondly would be Vishnu Priya.
Hi, I'm Vishnu Priya. I'll be explaining question number 1B. Explain the extent to which traditional management accounting, planning, and control tools such as budgets, standard costing, and cost volume profit (CVP) analysis are used by companies operating in India, China, Singapore, and Malaysia. Traditional management accounting, planning, and control tools like budget, standard costing, and cost volume profit (CVP) analysis are widely used by companies in India, China, Singapore, and Malaysia. However, the extent of their usage can vary based on factors such as industry, company size, and management practices. In India, budgeting is widely used in Indian companies for financial planning and resource allocation. Budgets help set financial targets, allocate funds to different departments or projects, and monitor spending. Indian companies utilize standard costing as a method to control and analyze costs by comparing actual costs with predetermined standards. Companies can identify variance and take corrective actions. In China, budgeting is widely practiced in China companies as a means of financial planning and control. Budgets help allocate resources, set performance target, and monitor expenditures. In Singapore, being a major financial hub and a mix of various industries, saw companies using these tools to maintain financial discipline. Budgets were essential for financial planning, standard costing for cost control, and CVP analysis for understanding the impact of different pricing scenarios. In Malaysia, with a diverse economy including manufacturing services, similarly adopted these tools. Lastly, budgets facilitated effective resource allocation, standard costing ensured cost efficiency, and CVP analysis supported pricing decision and volume related strategies.
Next will be me. I will be explaining about the extent to which contemporary management accounting tools such as ABC, target costing, and the balance scorecard BSC are used by companies operating in India, China, Singapore, and Malaysia. Firstly, contemporary accounting is a more effective way than traditional accounting, but it is used very minimally in India, China, Singapore, and Malaysia. The three types of contemporary accounting are target costing, activity-based costing (ABC), and balance scorecard (BSC). Firstly, target costing offers a competitive advantage in designs and production. It is shown that 35% of firms in India has already adopted to the method target costing, and it is expected to increase in upcoming years. For Malaysia, 41% of 214 companies plan to implement target costing in the next 5 years, which is which looks like a huge growth for Malaysia. Lastly, China and Singapore did not explore the use of target costing at all. Activity-based accounting (ABC) helps allocate overheads more accurately. 13%, which is 14 out of 106 companies in Singapore, have implemented ABC. Abdul Rahman from Malaysia found that merely 4% of the sample used ABC, but Sulaiman reported 28% of growth. In India, 12 out of 16 companies have adopted to ABC, whereas China has a lower adoption rate, which is only 2%. Balanced scorecard BSC is gaining popularity since it was introduced by Kaplan and Norton. 13% of companies from Malaysia have started using BSC. 40% of companies from India have adopted BSC, which is significantly higher than Malaysia and China and also Singapore. China and Singapore did not even investigate the use of BSC. Nextly would be Nur Wahida.
So today I will be explaining why is traditional management accounting tools are still being used by a large majority of firms in Asia. The first reason would be management accounting tools are not widely utilized in the four countries that were studied, which is in Malaysia, China, India, and Singapore. According to Joshi 2001 survey, respondents believe that the advantages associated with traditional management accounting practice were significant. So basically, this is why Indians taking more time to embrace newly developed management accounting tools. Consequently, the cautious and conservative nature of Indian managers and re- who tend to avoid risk and show less innovative is one of the reasons why traditional management accounting tools are still being used. Moreover, the considerable expenses associated with adopting modern management accounting methods is because modern and new management accounting tools method could be quite costly. Another factor might be the lack of awareness of new technique. Individual might not fully aware of the benefits of newer management accounting or might not have specific information about them or experience about them. Last but not least, individual in charge of higher level of a company such as CEO and manager are not providing the necessary encouragement related to the new developed management accounting tools. So the next presenter would be Harish. Thank you.
I would be now giving the introduction towards our Article 3 summary. The concept of sustainable development has gained significant traction in the corporate world in recent years. It prompts organizations to consider their roles in fostering environmental and social responsibilities. This summary explores how management accountants perceive and contribute to the accounting practices related to development in their organization. Drawing from prior literature and informed by legitimacy theory, this examines the attitudes and responsibilities of management accountants in the context of sustainability. Our next presenter will be Nur Shamimi.
Hi, so I'll be explaining about management accountants and accounting for sustainable development. Since the Brundtland Report introduced the concept of sustainable development in 1987, it was first described as development that satisfies current demands without compromising the ability of future generations to do the same. Furthermore, the sustainable development concept is currently in the process of giving rise to a number of strategies, processes, and technologies that can be adapted into organization. Moreover, the accountant's role may vary depending on their duties, which may include providing information to support environmental management. The research proposed that management accountants should take a more active role in developing sustainable development strategies, and management accountants should engage in sustainable development because the first reason is having new legal specifications that call for organizations' criteria. Second is the way that society views sustainability is changing as a result of societal change and demands for accountants. So our next presenter is Anis Zarifah.
Thank you, Mimi. I'm Anis, and right now I will be presenting and explaining about the theoretical basis of legitimacy theory. So, what it means that it is used as a communication mechanism to inform about the company's activities or to manipulate perception, and the organization try to operate within the boundaries and norms of the citizens. This condition that exists when the value system of an entity is compatible with the value of the wider social system of which the entity is a part. So basically, legitimacy theory means of an organizational survival, and it is public perception or assumption of an organization. So the next will be Roshan.
Okay, thank you, Anes. My name is Roshan, and today I will discuss the research findings of management accountants for sustainable development in New Zealand. So, in this research, what we can conclude is that there was questionnaires being distributed to 30 management accountants from many diverse fields, and this is to investigate the perspective of management accountants in New Zealand. And in this research, only 26 out of 30 have responded, therefore landing at 87% completion rate in this research. However, in this questionnaire, the researchers have utilized a Likert scales to assess the respondents' views. Furthermore, they also conducted comprehensive interviews, and the researchers have conducted 8 semi-structured interviews to 4 management accountants with distinct organized backgrounds. And some of the topics discussed sustainability definitions, objective uh, reporting procedures, the roles of accountants, and the barriers they have faced throughout their accounting career. So, from this research findings, that we can conclude that a blend of survey dates, and interview insights have provided them a holistic understanding of the involvement of management accountings in advancing sustainable development in New Zealand. I would like to pass it to Harish. Sorry, Mimi.
So I will be explaining about the findings now. So the organization and management accountant work for has an impact on the potential responsibilities that are available to them. Management accountants will generally see that a driver to the development of practical improvement is that the idea will create more current innovations. Furthermore, the management accountant job in representing practical improvement is restricted as per Wundhurst and I stated. To counter the restricted contribution, there is a requirement for more prominent acknowledgement by senior staff that accountant can play in supportable improvement resources. So for the next 3 points, Anis will be explaining.
I will be continuing what Shamimi was explaining. So, carbon management software aims to reduce the organization's carbon footprint. Next one will be encounter difficulties in achieving sustainable development. And last but not least, organization aim for sustainable development practices. Thank you.
To conclude this summary, we examine how management accountancy and participate in sustainable development. Sustainable development has 3 dimensions, which are economic viability, social responsibility, and environmental responsibility. These 3 dimensions are presented with opportunity cost and trade-offs between each of their dimensions. Although there is a disconnect between theory and reality, it concludes that management accountants can assist in upper level management in accomplishing sustainability goals, while larger firms aggressively pursue sustainable development. Smaller ones frequently give priority to traditional accounting duties. Implementing such standards can be challenging, and reporting on sustainability is seen to be extraordinarily expensive. There are different reporting and benchmarking practices, and smaller organizations are likely to employ them. So, this study emphasized the necessity of giving sustainable development more attention and recommends possible directions for further study in this area. This is all for our findings, our research, and our summary. Thank you, Ms. Reka, for watching this presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss.